So due to circumstances beyond my control, morning time went by the wayside last year, but we are back better than ever and we are loving it. Let's talk morning time routine. If you're new here, I'm Rian, a Christ-following wife and a homeschool mom to 3 boys. Here we talk all things homeschool, and we will learn together how to use our roles as wife, mom, teacher, and homemaker in order to glorify God. So back in the day, morning time was always my favorite time of the day. And it just got to where we had so many other things going on in our school day that morning time just kept getting like squeezed out of our day. And last year it was just like some things happened and it was just like, boop, it's done, it's out. We got to find other things to do. And so this year I was like, I need my morning time routine back. I really, really liked that sweet time of fellowship with my kids in the day, that we started on good and beautiful things that, brought joy to our hearts and that turned us to the Lord. And in the past, we've done this several different ways. We've done loops where we just had a handful of books that I wanted to go through. And so we would just loop it. We would say, okay, we're going to set a 10-minute timer for our book time. And we would just read some out of this book. And then if we saw time on the timer, we read a little out of this book. And then the next time we'd start on the next book. And so that we hit those books a little at a time, just frequently. We also did that with songs and, memory work type stuff. We've done seasonal type morning time where it was just, oh, it's Christmas time. We're going to do Christmas type morning time. Oh, it's starting of school. We're going to do more fall themed stuff or things like that. We've done more of a unit study based morning time where, hey, we've been reading the Little House on the Prairie books. Let's do all pioneer type stuff. We've done it based around Claritas Publishing memory work and all the things that entails, as well as CC. We've tried that out. And it's not that we moved away from any of these because I hated it or didn't like it. It was just, it worked for the time and now I'd rather do something else. And because I don't change curriculum a lot in other places, I'm not really a curriculum hopper. Once I find something I love, I just stick to it. I feel like morning time's kind of where I get like that creative freedom to kind of move around and do what I want to do, because I don't feel like there's going to be like necessarily gaps as if, if I was changing math curriculum every year, I feel like inevitably there would be gaps in there to fill. I feel like with morning time, it's all good information. And so it's just like, there's not really going to be a gap. It's nothing that builds on itself. So now how we're doing it, I feel like it's more functional, it's more fun, it's more effective, and it brings that beautiful slow start to our day, where we kind of switch from wake up and eat mode to like, okay, let's focus and do school. It kind of gives us that gentle curve instead of jumping off the cliff. So we always start with prayer. We rotate who prays. This is just a prayer to center our hearts on the Lord and to thank Him and to ask Him to bless our school day and help us to focus and to be a blessing to one another, to have good attitudes, to obey as we should, and to learn, right? We just want Him to be right there in the midst of our school day every day. And this just kind of not only focuses our hearts toward the Lord, but it kind of focuses our whole day on where we want it to go. Then we do Bible. And so for that this year, I will read our Sunlight Bible selection. They have a selection for us to read as a parent. And then there's also a part that the kids have to read. So we do the parent part where it's just kind of a read aloud. We do it more popcorn style where I will start off reading the selection and then I will pass it off to someone else to read. And then that independent Bible reading, I make them do that during their independent work time. Then we work on our Sunlight memory verse. There's a memory verse for each week. And then we also work on our verse for our church. They have like a memory challenge each semester for their discipleship class. And so we work on that, all of us together, because all of my boys are working on the same verses for that. So that's really nice. And then if there's any extra Sunlight Bible stuff, like right now we're going through the American Indian Prayer Guide, we will read that also. And we will take turns praying for whatever tribe we're working on at the time. If we've done other books, we pray along with that too. Then we go into our song portion. So this I still do have on a loop. And so we do our hymn that we're working on for our co-op. We do some states and capitals. We do just the states in general, kind of in geographical order. We do the timeline song from CC. We still do that from CC. We also do a president's song. We do, which I think is also CC now that I think about it. And then we do some skip counting, which is also CC. So a lot of our memory songs are from CC, not all of them, but a lot of them are. And so again, we'll go through one or two, and then I'm like, when I feel it's time to move on, we'll just move on. And then we start back where we left off last time. So we're not just singing the same songs every day. And then we close up our morning time by going through Apologia, who is my neighbor. And so I'll just do kind of a section of this. I try to keep morning time to about 30 minutes. So if we're getting close to that 30-minute mark, I'll do a shorter section. If we have a little more time, I'll do a longer section, and they color along in their coloring books for this that I bought them, and they are loving this time. This is kind of their time that they're like, okay, we can listen and learn and color, and it's just, I think everyone enjoys it in our family. Now, if I find, we're only a little bit into the school year, but if I find that we are consistently not getting to stuff at the end of the list, like if we're never getting Apologia done, which I think that we've only had to miss it a couple times, but if I find that we get in a rut where we're just continuously not getting it done, I will put the whole thing on a loop to where, if we don't get to Apologia one day, that's what we'll start with the next day, and then we'll start back over at the top of our morning time with our Sunlight Bible and stuff like that. But I really don't see that happening this year because I think I have kind of a good mix of things that don't take incredibly long. So we should be able to get through it all in 30 minutes. And if morning time is kind of like daunting to you, or if you're just like, I don't know what to do, just start with a book. Just start with, we're going to read some Bible and we're going to read a chapter out of a book that we want to read, just a fun read aloud. Or maybe if memory work is important to you, just pick a song, just pick something that will help you memorize something that you find valuable. And morning time does not have to be daunting. Give your kiddos something to do with their hands. I just encourage you to try it out. I know it's not for everyone, but it really does give kind of that slow start to the day. And especially if you incorporate a lot of Bible and prayer in there, it helps to kind of focus your day as well. So I know it's kind of the typical homeschool mom thing to say, but morning time is my favorite time of the day. I like it best when it's kept simple, like we've kind of done it this year. So let me know down below, what is your morning time routine? And thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.